What if you could walk into any room and instantly understand who holds the real power? Most people lose before the game even begins. Not because they're weak, but because they never learned the hidden rules. Today, you'll discover 21 timeless laws that reveal how influence is gained, how manipulation works, and how the most strategic minds stay 3 steps ahead. Stay until the end, because the final law changes the way you'll see every conversation and every relationship. Most people spend their lives trying to become more successful, yet very few stop to ask a far more dangerous question. Why do intelligent people lose to people who simply understand power better? Look around. Every workplace, every business, every friendship, every negotiation, every room you enter is shaped by invisible forces. Some people walk in unnoticed and leave with influence. Others possess talent, honesty, and hard work, yet somehow remain overlooked, manipulated, or replaced. The difference is rarely intelligence. The difference is understanding human nature. People don't always reveal what they think. They don't always mean what they say. Their decisions are often driven by emotions they don't even recognize themselves. If you cannot read those invisible patterns, you will spend your life reacting while someone else quietly shapes the outcome. This isn't about becoming cold or deceptive. It's about becoming impossible to deceive. It's about learning to see beneath appearances, mastering your own mind before attempting to understand anyone else's, and developing the quiet discipline that history has always rewarded, because every lasting advantage begins in the same place. Power begins with self-mastery. Real power never begins with controlling other people. It begins with controlling yourself. Most people lose influence long before they realize it because they allow fear, anger, pride, or desperation to make their decisions. The person who remains calm while others become emotional immediately gains an advantage that cannot be bought. Self-mastery means your mind leads your emotions instead of the other way around. When your reactions become intentional rather than impulsive, you stop being predictable. And predictability is one of the easiest weaknesses for others to exploit. Speak less. Observe more. The majority of people reveal themselves simply by talking too much. They expose their intentions, frustrations, ambitions, and insecurities without realizing it. A careful observer gathers valuable information while giving away very little. Every conversation becomes an opportunity to study people's motives, habits, and emotional triggers. Silence is not empty. It is a strategic position that allows you to think clearly while others compete for attention. The less you rush to prove yourself, the more your words gain weight, and the more accurately you understand the hidden dynamics shaping every situation. Hold your intentions. Not every goal needs to be announced before it is achieved. The more people know about your plans, the more opportunities they have to question, discourage, or interfere with them. Quiet progress is often the safest progress because it allows your actions to develop without unnecessary attention. Let curiosity work in your favor instead of explaining every move you make. People naturally try to predict those around them, but when your intentions remain disciplined and private, you preserve flexibility, maintain control over your direction, and allow your results to speak louder than promises ever could control your emotions. Before they control you, every challenge in life tests your ability to remain steady under pressure. When emotions take control, judgment becomes clouded and small problems quickly grow into costly mistakes. Calmness is not the absence of emotion, but the discipline to keep emotion from making your decisions. People often try to provoke reactions because emotional people are easier to influence than thoughtful ones. The ability to pause, think clearly, and respond with purpose protects your confidence, strengthens your presence, and keeps your focus fixed on long-term success instead of temporary satisfaction. turn patience into your greatest weapon. Patience is not passive waiting. It is disciplined restraint. Most people destroy opportunities because they rush to force outcomes before the right moment arrives. A patient mind sees possibilities that an impatient mind completely misses. Time has a way of revealing weaknesses, exposing hidden motives, and creating openings that cannot be seen in the heat of the moment. The person who can wait without becoming frustrated gains an advantage over those who mistake constant movement for meaningful progress. Strategic patience allows you to act with confidence, precision, and clarity instead of reacting from pressure, fear, or urgency. Protect your reputation at all costs. Your reputation enters every room before you do. It shapes how people trust you, respect you, and respond to your presence long before a conversation begins. Building a strong reputation requires years of consistency, integrity, and discipline, while a single careless decision can weaken everything you've earned. Every promise you keep strengthens your credibility, and every action becomes part of the story people tell about your character. Guard your name carefully by choosing honesty over convenience, humility over arrogance, and reliability over temporary gain, because your reputation is one of the few assets that continues working even when you are absent. Understand what truly motivates. People rarely act for the reasons they openly admit. Behind every decision is a deeper desire: recognition, security, influence, belonging, or significance. If you only listen to words, you'll miss what truly drives behavior. Learn to observe actions, patterns, and priorities instead of promises alone. The more accurately you understand what matters to people, the better you can communicate, negotiate, and build lasting relationships. Wisdom comes from recognizing that every person is guided by unseen motivations, and those who understand human nature are far less likely to be surprised by human behavior. Choose your battles with precision. Not every challenge deserves your attention, and not every disagreement deserves your response. Many people exhaust themselves fighting battles that offer no meaningful reward. Strength is measured not by how often you engage, but by how wisely you choose your conflicts. Protect your energy for opportunities that move your life forward instead of arguments that only feed your ego. A disciplined mind knows that walking away from a pointless confrontation is not weakness, but strategy, preserving focus, emotional control, and the clarity needed for victories that truly matter. Master timing and strategic action. Knowing what to do is important, but knowing when to do it is what separates strategy from impulse. The right action taken at the wrong moment often produces disappointment, while the same action at the right time can change everything. Patient observation allows you to recognize opportunities before others do. Avoid rushing because of pressure or delaying because of fear. Let preparation meet opportunity instead of depending on luck. Every successful move is strengthened by careful timing, thoughtful planning, and the discipline to wait until the moment gives you the greatest possible advantage. Become impossible to manipulate the person who cannot be controlled by fear, praise, anger, or temptation becomes difficult to defeat. Manipulation only works when someone understands your emotional weaknesses better than you do. Build a mind that stays calm under pressure and a character that cannot be bought by approval or shaken by criticism. Learn to question emotional reactions before acting on them, and never allow temporary feelings to make permanent decisions. When your principles become stronger than your impulses, you carry a quiet confidence that protects your judgment and keeps your direction firmly in your own hands. After hearing these principles, it's easy to believe this conversation was about influence over other people. It wasn't. It was about influence over yourself. The greatest mistake people make is assuming power is something that exists outside them, in status, wealth, titles, or recognition. But those things can disappear overnight. The person who depends on them eventually becomes controlled by them. Real power is quieter than that. It is the ability to remain calm when others panic, to remain patient when others rush, to remain disciplined when others chase emotion, to recognize motives without becoming consumed by suspicion, to understand people without surrendering your own principles. Every law you've heard today points toward one deeper truth. The world is constantly testing your judgment, sometimes through praise, sometimes through criticism, sometimes through opportunity, sometimes through temptation. Every response becomes a reflection of the person you have trained yourself to become. The people who quietly shape history are rarely the loudest voices in the room. They are the ones who think longer, observe deeper, speak with intention, and move only when the moment is right. Their greatest advantage isn't manipulation, it's clarity. And clarity is earned by mastering yourself before trying to master the world. If this changed the way you think about power, don't let it remain an interesting idea. Turn it into a daily discipline. Subscribe for more timeless lessons on strategy, influence, discipline, and human nature. And before you leave, write one law from today's speech that you'll start applying, or comment with one word that defines the kind of person you're choosing to become: discipline, patience, control, or wisdom. Sometimes one decision is all it takes to become impossible to manipulate.